Alright guys, we are back. Hasn't been very long for me, it's probably been a while for you, because I want to edit and probably get a Far Cry episode out before this. But we're back in Terraria, and we're, sniping some zombies. Ow, ow, do not kill me. So, last time I said that I would go caving, which I haven't done. Well, not really. I dropped into a cave for a while. So I'm going to go caving this episode. And I love how these fire arrows actually leave light. It's really, really handy. So I'm going to go caving this episode. And I'll probably be back when I actually find a decent cave. But, so we got some copper this last episode. And that reminded me just how little effect copper has. Well, how much copper you need to have any real effect on your standing. Also doesn't help that I had to waste copper making a new sword, because the sword they gave me at the start was terrible. But whatever. So this time I'm going to go caving and probably only come back when I have a good stack and a half or two or more of copper. Which sounds like a lot, but a stack, by the way, in Terraria is 99 copper. Ooh, hang on. Cave. And it sounds like a lot, but it really isn't, because of the simple fact that there is a hell of a lot of copper, and as you've seen already, in Terraria, when you find an ore, you find a lot of an ore at once. Aha! Demon Altar! Didn't expect to find one. Well, I did kind of expect to find one of those this early, they're very common. I didn't expect to have to deal with those quite yet, but whatever. Come at me, bro. Come at me, bro. Oh, I never thought to check what boosts my copper sword has. Plus 12% damage, plus 10% size, plus 10% knockback. That's a pretty decent sword. Pretty decent. So I'm going to mine this copper. I will get down to the same level as the Demon Altar, and then I will explain what a Demon Altar is and why it's, well, not why it's glowing. I don't know why it's glowing, but, why not, I suppose. So I'll see you guys in just a second. Okay, we're back. I've mined out all the copper above, and I'm gonna mine that sand out too pretty soon. And there is nothing down here. Fan-frickin-tastic. So, that Demon Altar, you can use it later on in the game to craft some of the more endgame items. That's pretty much all it does. If you hit it with a hammer, which I will not do because I'm in medium core, not soft core, it damages you, I think. I mean, we might have to hit it more than once, I can't remember. I'm tempted to do... I don't even have a hammer, do I? No, I don't have a hammer. Sorry, guys. So, it's just used later on in the game to craft stuff. And one of the things you can craft with it is the Suspicious Eye, which is used to craft the first boss we're going to brutally massacre in Terraria. So, now that you know what we're going to be doing later on, let's get back to what we're doing right now. So I'm mining this sand not for any particular reason. I don't have plans for it, in other words, but because it's just generally useful for bottles and other things such as those. Might be used in the lens or the glasses, but I'm not sure. Okay, so let's keep going, and I will get back to you when there is a cave or something interesting. Hello, Yoho139. Yoho139 here. You're talking to yourself while you travel because you're fucking insane. Looks like you might have found yourself a cave. Better tell your subscribers. Lol joke, it's probably a shit cave. Hey man, why don't you come over here and say that to my face? Maybe I will. Maybe I'm you. Maybe you're just totally insane. Who knows? Wood. Anything of use? Ooh. This cave might actually be a cave. Alright guys, we're back. You didn't hear anything. So we found a cave, and we found our first bit of loot. Tempting, tempting. Actually, no it isn't. So we found ourselves a chest, and since we don't have a hammer, we cannot take the chest, which is a crying shame. We've also found ourselves silver ore. Holy crap, that is nice. I'm going to draw another parallel between Minecraft and Terraria here, just to make it easier to understand. There is a tiered weapon and armor system in Terraria, like there is in Minecraft, with the wood, gold, stone, iron... No, wood, gold, stone, iron, and diamond. And obviously enchanted weapons. In Terraria there's a hell of a lot more metals, so there's a lot more variety in the equipment you can craft, and depending on the metal, some of them actually give you special bonuses. So there's some that give you set bonuses for having the entire set, and there's some that just give you bonuses for specific types of metal. So there is a bow which turns all your arrows into fire arrows as you shoot them, for example. Anyway, the silver ore is comparable to iron, in a sense, in Minecraft, where if you assume that iron in Terraria is more or less equivalent to probably gold. It's not as bad as gold, but it's not particularly useful, and this may be useful later for arrows. So I should probably remember where this is. Let's dig through this clay vein thing and see if there's anything down here. If not, we can go kill that goldfish just because it's there. And here's some more iron. Excellent. And I keep saying I'm going to get copper armor just because I assume that's always the first thing I'm able to get, and it usually is, but if I get iron first, whoop-de-doo, happy days, I will be very happy with that. So, mining all this iron up here. And I should probably get a drink soon because I've been talking for a while and I'm not used to talking for 40 minutes straight. I would not make a good teacher, especially with all the shouting. Or a public speaker or a politician or anyone who does a lot of talking. You people must salivate a lot. Okay. That strange comment aside. Damn it. That's not what I wanted to do. Let's get down here. I don't think there's anything of use down here, but we may as well go down anyway. Health. And... oh, not what I wanted. Okay, not bad. I was just making sure you don't get fall damage. The thing with fall damage in Terraria is either you don't get it or you get a lot of it. And in that sense, I mean that it takes a lot for you to get fall damage, but once you get fall damage, it's practically a death sentence, because I think the least you can get from fall damage is something like 80 to 100 health. So, especially early on in the game, you have very little chance of surviving fall damage. Later on in the game, it's not even a worry, because you get items that completely negate fall damage, items that reduce fall damage, items that let you fly, items that let you double jump and grapple hook onto things. So it's not really a problem at the start, and when it's a problem at the start, it's really a problem, because you don't have much health to begin with. Now, in water, like I said before, you can't hold out light sources. However, you can dig a hole in the wall like that and light it up. So that works, that's handy, that's great. And later on in the game you get glow sticks which work underwater, so that's handy as well. Let's get some cobwebs and silt, mud. I feel like mud is useful for something, but I don't know what. And cobwebs, I think, are useful for beds or something. There's iron up there, but there's also a cave, which is what I'm more interested in than the iron. Sorry, iron, I love you and all, but cave. And there's pots down here as well. These are like mini treasure chests, so to speak. Come here. Okay, looks like the easiest way to get in there is probably just to dig and pillar up here, so that's what I'm going to do. And you may have noticed earlier in the last episode, that I was able to place blocks without having anything under them, and that only works in certain cave areas. Dang it. That only works in certain cave areas where, how do I put this? You can see these kind of bouldery style things in the background. When the background is smooth, you can place blocks on it. When it isn't, you can't, I think. Let me test that. Yeah. And also, when the background is smooth, you can remove it with dynamite, and when it isn't, you can't. And I don't know if you can remove it with the better hammers in the game. I've never tried, to be honest, because to remove the background, you need a hammer, and to be able to use the hammer on the background, you also need to have you need to dig from the surface. So you need to dig from where there is no background down to somewhere that has background. So that's a lot of digging just for the sake of testing that. Oh, not good. Oh, it's a small worm. I'm used to the massive bone worms, so probably going to freak out a bit more than necessary. These things come up out of the ground and attack you. They're not too much of an issue, but they're annoying. Precisely for the reason that you can't see them, you can only hear them, and then when you do hear them, you have to sit around and wait for them to appear before you can kill them. Okay, this isn't working. Up you go. Anyway, I'm going to do some more caving off camera and stop explaining the whole game to you. And I will see you guys later, whenever that is. So much sand. So much freedom. So, we're in a jungle now. And although I don't have a hammer, which is what I should be using to break these cacti, I think. Luckily with sand you can just dig it even if there's something on it. So I'm picking up this cactus not because I remember anything it's useful for, but because it's here. So I may as well take it. So we've reached a desert. And deserts tend to be pretty uneventful. Although I can hear the corruption, which is not where we want to be. Not yet, anyway. So, I'm probably going to turn around here. Probably. Because we've reached the scary monsters and the not very nice sprites. So, let's turn around and go back. So, what have we got? Not much. Got very little copper. 51 copper, 58 silver. We got more silver this time than we got copper last time. So that's a good start anyway. We have 36 iron ore and 3 iron bars we got in our chest. So it's not a bad haul overall. At all. But it's not amazing at all. I wish that dog would shut up. I'm just going to make up my way back to the guide and try not to die on the way. And maybe eat some mushrooms, that'd be a good idea. And I will see you there. We've made it home. Let's get down to some crafting here. So, let's turn all our ores into bars first. Seems like a good start. 14 silver. 15 iron. And 19 copper. And 1 gold ore. Oh, we got glow sticks. Interesting. Now let's make our way over to the anvil here. I'm not going to make a silver bow just yet. Is there anything of use I can actually make with it, though? Okay, maybe I will make a silver bow. I don't know if I'll be getting a lot more silver stuff just yet. And it's an increase of 2 either on my long range stuff or an increase of 3 on my short range. So I'm going to make a silver bow, and I could still make a silver short sword, which does exactly the same thing, so no. I'm going to keep that. I'm going to put you there. I'm going to make myself a copper hammer. There we go, copper hammer. So I can go back and get that chest in just a second. And I'm going to leave the rest for now. Actually, I'm going to get myself an iron pickaxe. And copper stuff over there. Okay. So that's a decent progression so far. I've never played around with a bucket. I might do that in a second. I could make a gold brick. And the glass I wanted to make for my beautiful house. Or a mug, either one. Okay, so that's that done. I'm going to get myself organized and probably build a house somewhere. And I think I know where I'm going to build a house now that I have a hammer. Okay, I'll be back in just a second.